understand what that means?
Yes.
Do I have your consent?
Yes.
Anything you say will be taken down and used in evidence against you. You have
Oh,
the
wow.
right to remain silent. Yeah. Hey, Andrea.
Hi.
Missed you last week.
Oh, I know. I was on safeguarding training with work. More safeguarding training. It's always safeguarding training.
How much safeguarding training do you need to do?
Got to do it every year.
What, like in a year you've forgotten how to keep people safe
Apparently so.
and yourself safe?
It's just the rules.
Yeah. No, I got it. This is a wonderful topic today. When the rules actually impact us doing our jobs and the work. When the rules and the bureaucracy and the paperwork and everything actually hinder access to treatment. And part of being a systemic wellness practitioner is being able to understand the complexities of it all. Yeah. Um, so, for example, in South Africa, everyone has the right to housing. It is a human right. It's written in the constitution. And yet there's so much homelessness. Yeah. So you're actually sending people after treatment back to their places, knowing that they're homeless. Yeah. Which is in controversy to the law, but it's also the environment that we live in. Yeah. Um, oh, I'm already off. I'm starting. I haven't even checked in yet. Right, let's go. Let's start with the check-in. Who wants to build the container, Aura?
I'm checking in, feeling good. I was a bit ill last week, but I'm on the up, and tomorrow's Friday, and then it'll be the weekend, and then next week is the holidays, so it's gonna be getting better every day. I feel good within myself. I feel grounded. Just keeping myself in check. But yeah, thank you. I'll pass it to Tom.
Good choice.
Thanks, Aura. Yeah, I'm checking in tired. I'm ready for a couple of weeks off. Um, but I have been good, just tired and ready for a break, I think. And I'll pass it to Andrea.
Thanks, Tom. Um, I'm all right today. Um, I'm just sort of similar to what's been said. I'm sort of ready to just down tools and have some time. I am working through the holidays still. I didn't plan that very well. I could have just put annual leave in for the whole fortnight, but I didn't think that one through. So I am actually working some days, but it's not going to be anything major. But yeah, I'm ready for Christmas. I'm ready for a little rest and recuperation. But I'm canny, and I'll pass it over to James.
Yeah, I'm good. Had a chilled week. Had a few days off being away. With my partner and the kids and the dogs. So I'm feeling nice and recharged. And excited for today. I've got to be off at 3 though. I've got some phone calls to make.
No problem. Your lack of dedication has been noted. We will tell the powers that be. It's nice to hear you laugh, James.
To be fair, I was here at 22, so
I arrived early at the airport and the plane never left. It left on time. I'm
yeah,
upset.
exactly.
Okay. All right. Okay, so let's just whip around everyone. Tell us what your role is within your organization, just so we can bring some consciousness to it. I'm a trainer and a facilitator. Tom.
Thanks, David. I am a high intensity caseworker for Change and Futures Northumbria, but I'm employed through Recovery Connections. Um, I work closely with people who are quite chaotic to help them find some stability and start accessing services. And I'll pass it to Aura.
I'm Aurora. I am a volunteer coordinator for the Hartlepool branch of Recovery Connections. So I help people who would like to volunteer and get back into the community through us. You don't have to be in recovery, you don't have to be abstinent, you don't have to even have had a substance misuse issue at all. It's just if you'd like to help us out, I'm the person to come to. And I also can help people get signed up for our ambassador course as well. I'll pass it to Andrea.
Thanks, Aurora. Yeah, same as Tom, lived experience, high intensity caseworker for Change and Futures. So yeah, we deal with people with multiple and complex disadvantages. Yeah, trying to help them moving forward with their lives. Yeah. And I think James hasn't gone yet. Is that right? Me
Yeah.
mum, crap.
Yes,
James.
thank you. I'm a prehab coach in Darlington, so I help people get on the recovery pathway and get into rehabs.
What a powerful team we have here. Hey, there's some very nice roles here. Were these roles around 10 years ago?
No,
To be honest with you, David, ours is still what's classed as a learning program. It hasn't actually been funded into a service yet. So at the minute, we're just correlating data of how we are working. We aren't we aren't necessarily measured by KPIs like a lot of people are, where we measure on consumption costs, how much a person is costing the councils, i.e., in hospital admissions, arrests. And we also measure in our reflections and our journaling internal change. So it's not measured on what they've actually, like a KPI necessarily. So it's a slightly different way of working, but it is quite, it's low cases, but high intensity working with closely, sort of relational working, very much so. So it is quite different. It is a good way of working. I would like to see it as a service yet, but it's difficult, I think, for funders because they like to see results quickly, I think. But we'll see what happens in the coming months.
I'm just managing my anger. So I'm trying to be appropriate. Because this fucking KPI language triggers me. Because it really is incredibly expensive trying to get people into a KPI box, key performance indicator tick box exercise, so the bureaucracy can say to the bean counters, look, this is working, this isn't working. Whereas what you're doing is a pilot project, which is a kind of action-based research project, which is an experiment to let's go and see how working with complex people is reducing the cost of keeping these people alive and the way that they are impacting statutory services like the NHS, the criminal justice system, housing, the general public. So their complex needs, yeah. So the measurement over here cannot be, you can't fit that, like that's not going to work. And then you're going to have systemic tension where the people over here are going to be critical of the work that's being done here. Yeah. And people are then going to say, we need more evidence, we need more evidence, we need more evidence. So money that comes into the system goes out to the academics, who then take the same research process, some qualitative or quantitative analysis of sheets of paper that they sit down with service users and say, tell us what you need. We'll give you a Greggs voucher for what you need. So the people come along for a Greggs voucher or a Tesco voucher or whatever, and the information that you get isn't actually helpful for the system. So I really just want to fucking honor the two of you for doing what you're doing out there. Yeah, and it is incredibly important what you're doing. Yeah. So I want to know how we can support you in this container today. Oh God, I'm really angry. Fuck.
I think it's important to recognize there's sort of other ways of working because I've spoken to people who are working in the services and they're still quite skeptical around the way we work, I think. And because they're so used to having the KPIs and sort of the data there, it's possibly having people open their minds to different ways of working. I think we get caught up in a fixed way and says this is the only way, and then there's no sort of forward thinking or sort of difference in services. I think so. I think it's about opening our minds to different ways of working and being adaptable and changing with times because what one shoe doesn't always fit all. It's the same with our cases. It's some. I mean, I'm working with a gentleman at the minute who is still drinking every day, but he hasn't attended hospital in the last month, and that is incredible because he was there every other day. And it's people might think, well, what have you changed? Well, actually, quite a great deal.
Okay, so who is the customer in that situation? Who's the client?
The person who we get a referral for, so that is the person we're working with who have to fall under the category of multiple disadvantages, whether it's homelessness, alcohol, drug dependent, domestic violence, criminal justice. So they're the people we're looking after.
Okay, so it's not, I just want us also to just acknowledge it's not the person that's actually that's drinking the alcohol. Yeah, the person is still drinking the alcohol, but the people who have benefited from your intervention are the services that's wrapped around this individual.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the person might still be drinking, yeah, but the harm that they're causing or the cost to society has been reduced a lot. So what was the question I asked you guys?
Who is the client?
Yeah, before that.
How can we be supported today?
Thank you. Sorry, and that's an assumption that Tom and Andrea won't support. They might just go, oh, fuck off, don't come and support, we're fine.
I can't think of anything specific I do need any support with, to be honest.
Well, maybe let's not use the word support. What would be beneficial of your time today being here?
Listening to other people.
Listening to other people. Okay, great. So just leave us alone. I just need some time to absolutely, I get it. Yeah.
Not having to think about my stuff or whatever. Sometimes that's sometimes really helpful.
Okay, great. All right. What's one of your favorite movies? Can I ask you that question?
Mine,
Yeah.
Law Abiding Citizen's my favorite.
Law Abiding Citizen. What's that one about again? Who's in that one?
It's traumatic, but everything I watch is pretty dark, to be fair. It's about a guy whose family, as soon as it starts, is murdered, and he's a genius. He's an engineer and he's a genius, this guy, and he hopes the justice system's going to do the right thing,
Okay, I
and it
can see where
doesn't.
this is going.
So he takes it into his own hands, and it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. And what is it that you love about it?
Um, I love how it gets you straight away from the beginning. It's just instant action, so it draws me attention in, so I'm hooked. Like I don't like things that take ages for us to get interested. I need something to grab me attention, and it does that. But then I also like how he bides his time for years and he plans every single move, and every move makes means something. And it's like he's reading the minds of what's going to happen next, and it's just genius.
He's
Yeah.
very calculating in his revenge.
Yeah. Well, it's justice, really. I think.
Justice. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he takes the law into his own hands. The system has failed him, and he takes his time, and he's like, I can see how it all do this clicks this did that. Wonderful. Okay.
It's great. Great movie.
Yeah. How are you feeling now talking about it?
Good. Makes us feel like excited just thinking about it because I absolutely love the film.
Yeah, you're gonna watch it over the period, Christmas
I
period.
might do. I've watched it that many times. I could say the whole film word by word. Like I know what's coming. I know every single comment that's made. Like yeah, but I would still. It's one of them I will forever watch over and over again. And I
I'm
still
gonna,
get as passionate about it as I did the first time I seen it.
oh wow. Who are the actors?
It's Gerard Butler.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um, and oh God, I can't think. But it's a well-known film. You should watch it.
I'll look it up now. All right. Tom?
Yeah, I've also seen Law Abiding Citizen. It is a good film. But my favorite film is Gladiator with
Oh, what a movie, eh?
best movie ever. The music, the fighting, the underdog story, uh, the redemption. I think it ticks every box for me.
Aura, have you seen both of these movies?
No, I'm not too into violence, so Gladiator is not on my to watch list. Um,
And
my
what
favorite,
about Justice?
I think I like murder mystery type things and like stuff that makes you think. So I would probably be interested in watching Law Abiding Citizen.
It's full of violence, though, extreme violence
I
as
was
well.
just about to
Like,
say
just
that.
just warning you, like it's got
I can handle it, but it's just
torture
like,
and everything in it, so just pre-warning you.
thank you for the. I do have to Google things before I watch it, honestly, like violence rating, like. But yeah,
So what's your movie?
my favorite movie is Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. I love Lord of
Okay.
the Rings, like massively. I grew up loving them, even though I was petrified of Gollum as a child. Like there's this one scene where he's like scaling a mountain, and I'm like, yeah, that's my
Precious.
bed. Like he's literally gonna like come and attack me in my sleep. Um, but I love the books as well. I love Tolkien's writing, and yeah, Lord of the Rings like does not get old for me. I'll have a day a year where I watch all of the extended versions in one day. 12 hours, but very worth it. Very worth it.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. James?
Actually, the same as I like that Law Abiding Citizen with Gerard Butler. Mint film.
Okay. Give us another one.
I like Layer Cake.
Oh, okay. What's it? 4-layer cake, or was it just layer cake?
Just Layer Cake.
With Daniel Craig.
Yeah,
Okay, and what is it that you like about that?
just the chaos.
Mm.
I like
That's where he's a coke dealer.
yeah,
Yeah, okay. And then there's that scene with where they've gone over to the Netherlands and bought ecstasy or something. Is that correct?
yeah, they went and robbed it,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that is chaos, huh?
But I like there's a one quote, I don't know if anyone's seen it, it's called Charlie. It's Charlie Richardson from London, they were about when the craze were about. And he goes to South Africa, he buys a gold mine and that. Yeah, that's a good film as well.
What's it called?
Charlie,
Charlie.
yeah,
All right. I'll have to look up at that one.
it's back in the day when the craze and that were about.
That old?
Yeah, yeah,
So like in the 60s?
yeah, true story as well.
Oh, I can't find it here. All right. But a movie I always love is Alien. And The Matrix is also a great one for me. And then Fight Club. Yeah.
If you like The Matrix, have you ever heard of Equilibrium?
Yes, I have.
That's a good film.
Remind me about it.
It's just a bit like The Matrix, like in the future and that. Good film.
Okay. So if you were to describe a movie that represents your role and what you do, what would you choose?
Rocky, without a shadow of a doubt.
Rocky.
We always get back up.
Always get back. Damn. Okay. You came to that quickly, hey Tom?
What, are we just naming a movie? Like,
Yeah. That would describe like kind of your work.
Growth.
What was that, James?
Growth.
Is there a movie called Growth?
Oh, I thought you just said we got to name our movie. So we got to describe one to it, right?
Well, it's a bit like train spotting some of the houses that I visit.
Yeah, okay, so Train Spotting for you, yeah? Is that right? Yeah. Aura?
The one that popped in my head was Life of Pi. You know, when he's like shipwrecked and he's like on the like life raft thingy alone. I'm the only one with my job role for Hartlepool, so sometimes I do feel like I'm just kind of like in rocky waters trying to navigate it and like also not get eaten by a lion. But yeah, he makes it out in the end, so I'll make it out.
That's the one where he's got the tiger in the boat or something.
It is, but it actually wasn't a tiger. The
Mm,
book is amazing if you get a chance to read it. It was
okay.
a metaphor for people's personalities.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, James, have you thought of a movie yet for prehab?
nah. Nah. I don't. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Great. Okay, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right.
What about you?
Me, for my role.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Well, the first one that comes to my head is Good Will Hunting. Yeah, if I think about that now, like I love teaching the naughty kids. I love it when I mean he was what's his name, Matt Damon, in his role. He was like he was so kind of intelligent and so not like the other students. He liked hanging out with the basically the construction workers. Yeah, and I love the way he was undercover with his intelligence when he was a janitor at the university and he solved the maths problem and people couldn't believe, yeah. And then his relationship with Robin Williams, yeah. And yeah, that scene where he broke down his hard veneer, yeah. And basically Robin Williams said to him, "It wasn't your fault," or something like that. So they don't make movies like they used to, you know.
I don't usually get caught up when I hear about celebrities passing away, but when Robin Williams died, I was absolutely heartbroken. I don't know why, out of everybody in the world, it was just when it was him, I was absolutely good. He seemed like such a good bloke.
Well, that's the thing with suicide and with a lot of comedy people is the masking around the humor. There's such pain inside it behind it, which is something that certainly resonates with me. I've got my facade of kind of humor and all this, the trickster in me puts up a facade and can operate in the world, but inside there's huge loneliness and sadness in me, which I need to find spaces to be able to just own that, yeah. And especially us lot working in lived experience, and where we're sharing our stories at times to build rapport with our clients so that they feel, oh fuck, somebody gets it, yeah. But we don't fucking kill ourselves in the process and forget how to look after ourselves in that. Yeah. So that's why talking about movies and things like that is a nice, it's not so confrontational. What's going on for you, Aura?
I was literally thinking, I hope I don't get asked a question. That was what was going on. No, I was just thinking silences are sometimes strange for me. So that's why my face was just kind of like, but yeah, that's it. I'm okay.
Okay, so your face was kind of like, fuck off, don't talk to me, don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long have you been in Hartlepool now?
A year and a half. Year and a half.
And you used to go there as a kid as well?
Yeah, so I was born in Northallerton, funnily enough. Don't sound like it though. And when I was 6, we moved over to Brooklyn, grew up there. And so, like, before 6, I don't have that many memories, but I did obviously come visit my grandparents. And then I visited, I think, 3 times in like my childhood. And then I visited back in 2023 as well. So that was nice. Thank you. But yeah, it's a drastic change in many ways.
Drastic would be a word.
Yeah. Yeah, I get so much shit for it as well, which I don't really appreciate. Like everyone's like, I don't know why you choose like
Who gives you shit?
quite a lot of people, like everyone that I meet and they ask me like where I'm from. Most of the time the reaction is like, why on earth are you here? Like what, like why would you not want to be over there?
And do you want to answer that question?
I mean, it's not that I don't want to be over there. I love New York. That's home to me. But as of right now, I don't feel like it was serving me. I was in a very, very bad situation that led me to kind of make the emergency move. And so I'm very grateful that I had this as an opportunity to come and like be safe and get grounded mentally, honestly. And I could have gone back quite a while ago. Like this guy's in jail for some other thing that he won't be getting out. So like I'm safe to go back, but I enjoy what I've built here. Like I got a house within a month. I started renting a house. I was working full time. I enrolled into an access course because my university credits did not transfer. So I was like, let me get into an access course. Finished that access course with nothing but distinctions. Found this job role. Like I'm loving this job. I've made great friends here. I'm a godmom now. Like within a year and a half, I've made such an impression on someone that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so as much as life is different, I appreciate the differences and I'm very happy to be here. Like honestly.
Well, that sounds like a very good fucking reason why you live in Hartlepool.
I know, but there's no really like bite-sized way of explaining all that. So I'm just like, oh yeah, it's you know, I just kind of give up. Like but yeah.
There's such discrimination around where people live, huh?
Mm.
Like when I went to Hartlepool, I was kind of told it's like the arse end of the universe in England, and it's this and that, and the same. In fact, the same with Middlesbrough in the northeast. And all I've ever found is just fucking lovely people that just, you know.
I mean, when people say that, oh, like it's a shithole, blah blah blah, all of these things, what they're saying without realizing is there's large amounts of poverty and people struggling and like lack of funding to like help the people that are like no one's choosing to live like that. No one is actively being like, oh my God, when I grow up, I want to get arrested a bunch of times and go out and do drugs. It's kind of like not their life plan. But if you have a completely like detrimental education system that does not push further education, you have like it's a plethora of issues that make a place a shithole. So I don't really appreciate when people describe places like that. Honestly, I grew up in a really like kind of good neighborhood in Brooklyn, right? But 10 blocks the other way, there was like shootings, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. The only thing that was like different was the school zone was different, right? So that school zone got like no funding. My school zone just happened to get funding. So like you could see like the root causes. It's all systemic. Don't even get me started. But yeah.
Well, this is what we're talking about, so it's really appropriate.
Yeah.
It's all systemic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Andrea's and Tom's job is so important for what they're doing, because it's really addressing the systemic problem of this broken system that's costing people a fortune, but people are kind of saying, well, we don't really know what else to do. We know it's broken, but let's keep doing it anyway because that's what we've been taught to do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think what we've been taught to do benefits people. I don't think that like the way that treatment is viewed or even addiction as a whole, I don't think that is actually meant to benefit the person struggling. I think it's like a societal view on what like punishment should be for like going against the grain and being like deviant in terms of what society believes to be good or bad. So then you get roped into other deviants. It's a whole like sorry, like I will
listen,
like
let's go. Keep going.
Like when people try and say things like, oh, like people who work in hospitals, like saying like, oh, like crackheads, right? Like nurses and doctors and everything, using that type of language. They're like so sick and tired of having to like treat people in like who are coming in, who are overdosing, this, that, and the other, right? They wouldn't be sick and tired of it if there was easier accessible resources for people struggling with addiction. They wouldn't be tired if there was early intervention, like more education surrounding substance abuse in schools from parents. Like it's all like webbed together and connected. But at the end of the day, the people who are like struggling, and that's their lives as well. It's not like, oh, they're struggling. No, like their lives are ruined and they don't see a way out. It's all like missteps on like greater parts of society, especially like the government, like with the NHS funding. Like, I'm sorry, like as someone who comes from a country with private healthcare, 100% I would rather pay for insurance and get healthcare, because from what I've seen here, people can't even get a diagnosis for a mental health issue. It takes them years, years. That's disgusting to me. If someone is suicidal and they go to the hospital, they will be turned away. I've seen it like firsthand. And that's like disturbing to me and feels like medical malpractice. Now, if you take a whole country of people who are struggling to get mental health help, right? And then add in the normalization of like alcohol, add in cost of living crisis, like it's no wonder there's like a lot of people struggling. But I think again, like
And what
any
about the people that can't afford private insurance?
there's state insurance as well in America. Like if you can't afford private insurance, you get what's called Medicaid. I was on Medicaid, and you do pay a small co-payment, but it's worth it. Like it's worth it. If you need to see a doctor, you can call someone that day, a specialist. You don't need referral, nothing. Like it's doable. It's doable.
Okay. And have you seen that movie Body Brokers?
No, I haven't. What is that?
So that's about how people essentially with lived experience, yeah, have gone off and created an industry of referrals of taking people that have substance use problems and billing the insurance companies
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so you have that kind of unethical criminal element going in and feeding off the vulnerability of people
Yeah.
and defrauding insurance
Yeah.
companies. Yeah.
I was a victim of that. When I was 16,
Oh,
my
okay.
parents paid 5 grand for these two guys to come to my door and legally kidnap me, right? They said if I did not come with them, I would have been handcuffed because I was a minor, so they signed off on it. And I got brought to this program in Utah, like a troubled teen center. On their website, I don't think they're open now. They've gotten like sued. I missed the fucking deadline to sue as well. But anyway, like on the website, it says that they treat transgenderism. It says they treat substance abuse. It says they treat depression, all of these issues, right? And like they didn't do that at all there. Like there was like a lot of issues with what was going on, but they charged the insurance like almost 20 grand a month. And then they were telling my parents that like I wasn't complying with the program, so that's why I wasn't getting better, so that I had to like stay there longer. And I was there 9 months. I couldn't leave. I tried to run away. Like it was just honestly super traumatic and like fucked up. But that happens a lot in America. But those are privately owned places. Like, and yeah,
Yep.
a lot of kids I know from New York actually got sent away into those programs. There was like a bunch of us.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not, they're like I said, they're getting shut down now, but like they just sell it to parents as like, oh, we'll cure your kid.
Okay.
But it's like the parents are usually the cause. Like, so it's just,
So that's some real unethical behavior, huh?
mhm.
And if you go to a family that's desperate, they're going to do they're going to do whatever you tell them is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay? So from a recovery coaching perspective, a lived experience perspective, one of the things that makes us professional is understanding multiple pathways to recovery. Yeah. And actually trying to empower the individuals within the system to make a choice of here are all the many options.
Mhm.
Yeah. And this is something that, James, in your role, you will be doing as a prehab coach. James, are you still there? Have you gone off to go watch?
No, I'm here.
Yeah. So how do you engage with families, Jamie, as a prehab coach?
Engage with the families.
Yeah. Do you?
No. So obviously they come to me, they do 3 sessions with me. And then we
Who's they?
people who are wanting to get into rehab to
Okay.
the community, they come, they'll do free sessions it's free sessions during the week.
Okay.
We'll give them all the information on the rehabs, whether it's day hab or residential. And then they do a readiness tour with us.
Okay.
And that's when we take it to a meeting and get them the funding, either to go to residential or day hab.
Great. So you partner with them and you advocate for them, and they've got agency of whether they want to carry on, do a day hab,
Yeah,
yep, or do an inpatient.
yeah,
So you're preparing them.
yeah. And obviously I've been through it myself, so
Yep, and you share your story, and then they can identify with you.
yeah.
Okay, great. All right. And do you receive a commission for this?
No.
Okay, great. So a lot of people in the private sector have been receiving commissions to refer people to treatment.
Yeah,
Yep. And to give you an example, we'd have someone come to us from the Netherlands. They'd arrive in Johannesburg for treatment. Yep. And then they've been told that they're going on a safari and they're going to see giraffes and everything. And they arrive at a clinic where we're treating people, and then this person is traumatized because one, they're going into recovery, and two, they're in a different country, and three, it's not the fucking safari that they were sold. Yeah.
yeah,
And and it's very unethical facilities that do that. That's like Aurora being hijacked to go off to, where was it, Utah? Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So I try to prepare them properly, give them my experience on a rehab, so they know exactly what to expect.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, James. Okay. What are we learning from today's class? That's Andrew going, oh, for fuck's sake, so I've got to think again now. Oh, fuck.
I'm learning how valuable lived experience is.
Oh, good. Okay. Wonderful. So is it worth more than a Greggs voucher?
I don't know, like they're worth quite a bit. Craig vouchers, aren't they?
A tenner.
10-1 for definitely not.
Yeah, I just find that meeting people where they're at to and then incentivize them to fill out a research report just isn't a good research methodology.
No.
I think what they should be doing is taking the stories of the professionals that are working in that environment. So getting research from yourselves, Andrea, Tom, and Aura, like what's working, what's not working, and then you guys become the research subjects that we extrapolate the information from. Yeah. So Tom, what would make your role better?
What would make my role better? Having, I think what I've noticed is the people that thrive in the work we do are people that have got social capital around them. There's the people who have had maybe a career before they've had the issues with addiction or whatever adversity they've had. I think it's the access that everyone has equal access to the same amenities everyone has, because it seems quite basic. When Aurora was saying about healthcare and stuff, I sort of get that, but people aren't. I brought up to families that don't register and doctors haven't registered ever at a dentist, and I think if everyone had equal access to social capital, social care, I think people would be in a lot better places, but it's just not where we live at the minute. But in my role anyway, I see it. It's just people are born into such poverties and such chaos that's not even their fault. So what would help my role is more people doing it, I would have thought. More people doing what we do.
So more people investing in what you do.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
That was a long-winded
Andrew-
answer.
No, it's wonderful. Andrea?
Turning what we're doing now into an actual service and getting more people involved, because it's temporary, it's a learning program, and I believe that it should be a service. And I think, yeah, having more people invested in it, making it a service in itself, because if to me, it works.
Okay.
Can I just add also, I would like time. At the minute, it feels very pressured because
Mhm.
we're getting told, well, this is running until X date, and it's sort of like, right, let's rush. And unfortunately, like I said, this work isn't something you can rush. Internal change isn't an overnight matter. It takes time to build relationships, to mirror behaviors, to try and influence and encourage other people. So at the minute, I would also like time.
Agreed.
Yeah. Aura?
The same question.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like what would make my job role better?
Yeah. If we were to sit down and do a research questionnaire with you,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, to find out what's working and
I don't think I have any complaints about my job role. The DBS systems takes ages, and that can really like diminish people's motivation and kind of discourage them a bit. So I guess I would speed that up somehow, but that's something I don't have control over. Other
and
than
why,
that, I think
and why
everything.
do we need DBS?
So even if it's a voluntary position, you still have to have an enhanced DBS to be working with vulnerable adults. If anything were to happen with a volunteer and a community member, and they did not have that enhanced DBS, we could be fined like £5,000. So just to avoid like getting fined. I don't really understand like the full reason behind it, because even if stuff comes back on the DBS, I can't say no to anything. Like they can still work. I do have to do like a small risk assessment with them, just basically asking them what happened in their own words. But there's nothing I can say like, oh, you can't volunteer for. So, yeah.
So you got to do a piece of paper that
Mhm.
that impacts a relationship in case you don't get fined £5,000. And when you do get something and that information that you get back, you can't do anything with that information
Mhm.
without fucking
Yeah, it's
some.
like really useless and it takes up a large portion of my time. But it's just admin. It's just admin side of things.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone likes to do any of that, but it is what it is.
So I like doing admin when it's beneficial.
Yeah, I agree. I have my color coded spreadsheets. Love that. Like, because that's my stuff. I can see where everything is. Like, I like that side of things. But this, I think, is slightly pointless. But other than that, I don't think anything needs to really be changed about my role. I don't think anything would be beneficial or detrimental. Like, I like what I've built. I'm
And
comfortable.
do you have to do the rec cap stuff?
No, I don't have to do rec caps, but I do have to upload them onto Charity Log. That takes 2 minutes. Like, I'm quick with the computer, so.
So you fly around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So and why is that admin important?
Which admin? The Charity Log?
Yeah, or the research capital stuff,
Well, the
recovery capital research stuff.
the Charity Log is important because then other people can see who's on my caseload. I don't have an official caseload, but like the volunteers are still, I guess, assigned to me. And that's like just logging and documenting who I work with.
But the reason that's important is you can then kind of measure, you know, who's coming up, what they're doing, and the
Yeah.
impact that that's having. And
Mhm.
because people are volunteering as well, that's a cost cutting as well and brings efficiency into the system.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Um,
you can have like a volunteer and a staff member instead of just two staff members.
Mhm.
That help. Does help a lot.
You see, that's one of the roles of recovery coaches working in hospitals or treatment centers. It takes the burden off of the social worker, the psychiatrist, the doctor, the nurses, just somebody there to just kind of, help hold that person. Yeah. Even if it's sitting down watching TikToks together, it doesn't really matter. It's still very important. All right, so it's 9 minutes to. Let's take a break. But Andrea, if you would like to knock off and spend the next hour just kind of having a rest and adding it to your log, that would be absolutely perfectly fine.
All right, okay.
Huh? Really, just take some time out and really just kind of look after yourself. Yeah?
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right. Would you like to check out Andrea?
Um, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
what
checking
a
out.
nice sigh. What
I
a
know
nice.
I've got lots going on in my head. I'm checking out. Grateful that I'm in recovery and not out there in addiction.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
I am.
Cool. All right. So we won't have class for the next 2 weeks. See you back on the 8th of January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a wonderful festive season. And Aura, Tom, and James, I'll see you
You want
at.
me to check out?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yes, you're going off to Skype, aren't you, James? You're
I
not like
wish.
Andrea.
I wish.
No, I'm joking, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm checking out. I'm checking out Grateful as well. I'm loving what I'm doing at the minute. Um, and I'm hopeful for my future.
And James, I gotta say, I love the way that you're showing up as well, huh?
Yeah,
Especially on the platforms.
yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
you're very engaged.
yeah. I'm enjoying them.
Yeah, well, wait till next year. We'll up the volume and then you'll hate it.
Well, yeah, well, I could do with maybe some extra work.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Keep us
All
busy.
all
I'm,
right. I'll ask you to make a video or two. You can deliver a lecture.
I wouldn't go that far.
You just got to draw a picture on a whiteboard and talk about it.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all right.
good. All right, you two. See you both next year, Tom and Nora. I'll see you in 6 minutes.
I'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, bye.
Bye.
Hey,
Hello.
so 9 months in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a couple of movies about those kind of youth camps, and that.
Yeah. Yeah, they all came out like after after I'd already been.
Yeah. That's
Paris
the
Hilton is super vocal about it though. She got
huh?
sent Paris Hilton, like
Yes.
she got sent away and she's now like a big advocate for shutting down programs like because they are extremely unethical. Because the reason they choose Utah and Arizona and those states is because they have super relaxed laws around like restraints, medication. It's really it's a lot. And they can do conversion therapy there still, which is really like
Pray
it's,
away the gay.
yeah. It's really sad.
Mm.
Mm,
Conversion therapy. Fuck.
yeah. Yeah, because it was a house for girls, right? It was an all girls program, but there was like a transgender man or like boy in there. And like, oh God, I just remember like he would come out of the sessions like just like a shell like of himself. And he wouldn't even tell us like what they would tell him in there. He like wouldn't speak about it. They had a special counselor that came in just for him. I remember he was like this cowboy guy. Like he literally wore a cowboy hat and would come in to tell this poor kid that he's not a boy and then leave. Like so sad. I follow him on Instagram though, and he's not detransitioned, so I'm glad they didn't like, you know, I just feel like it's their choice.
So, so just walk me through that. There
What?
was, yeah. No, I just want to understand. There was somebody that was born a boy or
Female. Born a
born
female.
female, and then was transitioning to male.
Yeah.
That was sent to this camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So her biological parts were female.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And then they sent in a cowboy.
Yeah. To basically say you're a girl and
Okay.
however they did it. So
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tricky. It was also ran by like Mormon people, which was another thing because their religion is quite strict in terms of certain things. So like we had a very strict dress code and like it was just strange. Like a lot of like the values were placed on like us like while we were living there. Like we couldn't even have caffeine. Like like because that's like weren't allowed, but yeah.
Sounds like something off a film.
No, it really was. Like I dissociated the whole time I was there. Like I did not know what the hell was going on.
And what support did your parents get while you were there?
What did they get like from the program?
Hmm.
They would get counseling and stuff, and there was like parents groups, I think, like uh but yeah. It was messed up though, like because my biggest issues were with my parents and like the abuse that I endured as a child, and because they were paying for it, they made me apologize to them and say it was like my fault. So that like messed me up having to have like that conversation. But again, because they've paid for it, they're like the ones in the right. And so like these therapists, like I don't know what they were working on in their family therapy, but yeah, it's
And
messed up.
and are you okay to talk about this, Aura? I just
Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind.
because
I think like
my curiosity is just like, and this is
yeah,
my stuff, yeah.
yeah.
But I
Well,
don't
I
want
think
my curiosity to fucking impact you. No.
it's all good. I think the more stuff like this gets spoken about, the easier it'll be for someone else to speak about it. The stuff happens, doesn't make it okay, but like I'm not permanently, you know, ruined from this experience. It was just an uncomfortable part of my life. So,
Why were you sent there?
mm, for multiple reasons. So, I started struggling with my mental health when I was like 10, 11. And then I had a suicide attempt when I was 13. And that's also when I started doing harder drugs. So it was just, I wasn't going to school. I was trying to kill myself all the time. And then I had gotten arrested for shoplifting. Because I
Look
was,
how
it
you
was
say that with
silly.
such pride. And I got arrested for shoplifting.
No, like, because it's not that serious. Like, I mean, it is serious. It's not good. But like, I was a teenager and I was really, really high when I did it. And I thought that I could put $800 worth of shit in my bag and get away with it. Clearly out of my mind. But that was like the final straw for my parents. And they just sent me away because I had all of these issues. I wasn't eating as well. I was like really, really underweight.
So your parents were desperate, huh?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, they were. They
How
thought
did-
I was gonna like die or go to jail. Like that was like where my life trajectory was at when I was 16.
So
How,
death, jail, or rehab?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are my
Okay.
options.
Well, it also sounds like it was their options.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely had a lot of work to do on themselves. Um,
For
but
sure.
as a child, like I didn't have any power until I was 18, um, legally at least, to be able to go against that. So
how do you feel about the situation now when you reflect
about
on it?
getting sent away.
Yeah, and a relationship with parents and whatnot. How was that?
Well, I don't speak to my dad, but that's for like a whole other thing. So like whatever with that. But like my mom, I like just started speaking to her like 2 years ago. And I feel like I'm not like mad at her for sending me away because I know that she really did think that it was a good idea at the time. But I am upset that she still thinks it was a good idea, if that makes sense. Like she's like, well, you're here now. Like you're still alive. So she's like, I would do it again if I had the chance. I'm like, it's kind of wild, but I have other strenuous things with that relationship. But getting sent away, I'm just like it happened. Like,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, it's a fuck up that. So when my
Yeah.
kids were taken away and put in care and my rights as a dad was taken away, and I speak about the injustice of it, people still like the message I get back is, yeah, but we would have still done it anyway.
Yeah.
That's that's that still impacts me as well.
Yeah.
And it's taken me a long time to kind of also understand how it's impacted the system around me as well.
Hmm.
Like the Jack and Sam's mother, mother-in-law, stepfather, the social workers, the judges, the everyone else that was involved in this too.
Yeah.
Um, Even the drug dealers were saying, "No, David, your behavior
Yeah.
is wrong." Yeah, so it's. I mean, I was proper fucking bonkers, but
Yeah.
still, it's yeah.
Yeah. Like I was a terribly behaved teenager, like 100%. Like I can,
Nah, really?
yeah. But like the other thing that does piss me off is I was going to get taken away. Like we had social services involved, family court, all of that, and my parents did this so that I wouldn't get like taken away and it wouldn't look bad on them. That was another reason why they did it.
Oh,
So
okay.
I felt like a big injustice happened there because I would have rather had been taken away for what, 2 years? I would have been in foster care or a home, a group home, and I would have been able to get like emancipated at 17. Um,
Emancipated. Wow,
yeah.
that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You
Crazy.
know that Bob Marley song?
No, I do like Bob Marley. I don't know that song.
Yeah, that's one of his lines from one of his songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Free yourself from your thinking, basically.
Yeah. It's hard to do.
Oh, of course it is, especially when we're living in a Babylon. Okay. Thank you for bringing that here.
Of course.
how would you align with somebody that was going through this now?
Like a kid that was getting sent away.
Yeah, well, the parents that were left with that choice. What would that?
That's really hard. Like, I think if the places were better, I could like recommend it. But then when it is literally life or death, how am I supposed to give a parent an advice on that choice? Like that, it is terrifying. Like the thought of like losing your kid. I couldn't even imagine. And people have probably done much worse than, so I wouldn't even know how to advise on that, honestly. And I
Well,
know
we
for
don't.
me, even if they did that and if they didn't do that, like I was still acting up in that program. I didn't like go to that program and get better, like, because I didn't want to
No,
get better. Like
no,
I
of
didn't
course
want
not.
to.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell a parent your kid's not going to get better until they want to. No one's going to accept, like, no one wants to accept that.
Oh, fucking triggers me. Can
Yeah.
I?
And it's
Can
just
I?
the truth, though. Like, they have to want it for themselves. Like, I wouldn't have been able to start to get better unless I continued doing therapy and I slowly stopped wanting to die all the time. Like, it's different steps for everyone. But, and I still think I have a long way to go. But
What was the change?
what was the change?
Yep.
With like suicide or everything?
With trying therapy and trying to
Mhm. So
recover and get
I've always been in therapy since I was 13. Um, the change was seeing that what I was doing was really not getting me anywhere. Like I'm having come downs, right, off drugs, which is then making me more depressed. And then because I'm depressed, I'm going to use more drugs. But the issue was I was going through active traumas while in therapy. So I couldn't really get any like work done because I'm just processing what the hell is happening to me because I'm living alone in New York at 18, which was a lot. Um, but the switch was taking suicide off of the table. Like I told myself, like, all right, you could think about it because it's gonna come up, but it can't be an option. Like I can't let myself act on it. And that's when like a lot of things changed for me. So I was like, I want to live, like I do want a future, like I want kids. That's the main thing. Like I cannot wait to be a mother. I think parenthood is beautiful and I want that, right? I can't do that if I'm trying to kill myself. So that was my step.
well done. Well
Thank
done.
you. Thank you. Feels good. Feels good. Happy to be here. Honestly, like
So my nephew came into our clinic because the family was desperate. Yeah. And the first thing I had to do was kind of understand that I'm the uncle and I'm not. So I had to step away from it. Yeah. And the little fucking shit was, he was taking hand sanitizer and mixing it with orange squash and making himself fucking drinks and was sitting there and we couldn't work out why I was getting so fucked. Why this kid wasn't coming. And he was, I mean, basically he was pissed the whole time. And it came a point where the therapeutic team, this just couldn't contain him. Yep, and I mean he went through the program and then I can't remember what happened, but then he got readmitted somewhere else and it was psych hospital and this sort of stuff. And then what really upsets me is my sister's neighbor said, "Oh, I sent my kids to this place. You should send him there too." And it was one of those kind of 3 month hard-working boot camps,
yeah,
basically. And that was very kind of Bible bashing and digging holes type
yeah,
dig a hole, fill a hole, pray to God. And then he came from that and then he moved into one of those kind of hardcore 12-step halfway houses. And he was driving in an Uber and he took a swig of the Uber driver's hand sanitizer and then they kicked him out of the halfway house. And the next day, my sister and husband confronted him. Yeah, what are you going to do with you? Da, 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 da. And then he hung himself, and I've got such mixed feelings about the whole fucking thing. So, 26-year-old male, just and the reason I want to talk about this, or if you're right with it, is just the difficulty of kind of processing personal life, family life, the role of owning a clinic, being an uncle, it was all just it becomes the system becomes very clouded with all the different voices, and everyone seems to have an opinion about this, about what should happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, what I would like to have happened is if my sister had and brother and in-law had just kind of left him to, okay, well, you want to be on your own, go be on your own. And but they were unable to do that. They kept kind of so the thing that your story triggered in me was when you said, I'd rather have been taken into care as opposed to put in this. And I think a lot of families go through that stuff as well. Yeah.
It's like I don't even know like I see what you're saying when you say like you wish they just like left him to kind of like do his own thing. But then on the other hand, like uh feeling like that, like you feel like you're tortured within your own mind. Like you're like every single day is like you're at war, right? So nothing really matters when you're like completely in survival mode and you're not even worried about food. Who gives a fuck about food? Like everything is just about somehow getting to the next second. So throughout that, having support in any way, shape, or form is healthy and like helpful, but it's about if they want to accept it. And some people, it's like I don't know. It always like hurts
So
to hear. It hurts me to hear when people like lose the battle to suicide because like I just like I fully like I understand it, but it like breaks my heart as someone who doesn't want to do that anymore. Because I didn't think there would be a day when I didn't want to do that.
so I just want to kind of also just add some compassion to the mothers out there,
Yeah.
because to tell a mother that they've got to let go of their child is an incredibly cruel thing to do, because mothers are just, particularly mothers, are really just wired to not do that. Yeah. So yeah, so that's also cruel to expect mothers to be able to just cut their kids off.
Yeah.
For me as well, I used to always get sort of rescued in my situation by parents, and there was a time where I don't know whether they seeked support, but the rescuing stopped. And after that happened, it went on for a period of time, and it was only until the pain was so much for me that I wanted to change. And I feel as though they must have had advice from somewhere, but they did always rescue. There's always phone calls to the police, safeguarding issues
Yeah.
and whatnot. But until that stopped and the phone stopped ringing, did I think, shit, like it's only me that can get me out of this problem. And sometimes it's too much, but it was always the consequence I hated. I kept drinking and using drugs because the consequence was so great I couldn't face up to what I'd done, and it's, I wish I could tell these people who feel like ending their life's the only way, but it's not. This situation's never permanent. It does get better, but it's so difficult to see it. And I think
Yeah.
in our roles, I try and express that so much because right now this seems like the worst point of your life, but it can get better. you know, and it's so difficult when I hear those stories because they've maybe not been had that support, had that conversation. It's just it's difficult, and it's something that we have to deal with quite regularly in this sort of line of work. I know I do anyway. Personally, it's awful.
I think like when I was in on the other side of the table, like growing up and like I'm being treated this, that, and the other, I'm the patient. Like I never felt like understood by anyone. Like I didn't, none of the people were like sharing about their mental health. None of the people were like, say, like, they would tell me, like, oh, it'll get better, I promise. But like, how are you going to prove that to me? Like, how are you telling me that it'll get better? You don't understand how I feel. So that's a large, large reason why I studied psychology at university. Like, I want to get into this field because, like, if I can be there for like one person who felt like I did, like as a kid, like I'll be that's it. That like that's more than enough for me. Like to feel like I want to help people feel like seen with this.
Mhm. And it's sad to see how many people don't have those people to fight in the corner. It's really I wish, do you know, I sort of feel guilty, you know, because I wouldn't say I've had any major trauma or anything, and I would say I brought up in quite a loving household, but I still went down the addiction route. And I look at everything my parents or my family did in order to facilitate my getting well, like applying for benefits, making sure I had food, and some of these people haven't got any of that. And I can't help my role feel guilt for that, that I didn't have, that I had all this opportunity, you know, and I try I try and
Why
do
is
it
it why is it guilt and not gratefulness though?
because there's a lot of people at the minute. I've just been sort of given a new citizen who I met in my journey about 7 years ago, and great lad, nice upbringing, really doing really well with himself, and got this referral. I went to go and see him, and he is just not the same person anymore. This was like from 6 years ago, you know, and what the only difference he didn't have the support of his family. I know he fell out with them, and it's like, God, if I didn't have that, that could be me, you know. And it does it generates gratitude, and I do appreciate everything I've got, but I feel so passionately about the people that don't have that.
Yeah.
It's just there's such an unbalance of social
Unfair, huh?
capital. It's so difficult.
It's very unfair.
But I use that as motivation as well, you know.
Yeah.
I don't sort of dwell on that, but when I've listened to your story there, it evoked this emotion of almost guilt, thinking like, oh God, I've never experienced that. But I think that's what kept me in addiction for a long time because I compared myself, thinking, well,
Mhm.
I understand why maybe they're smoking crack cocaine. I get
Yeah.
it. I couldn't understand why I did it. And
Yeah.
that really, I was looking for an answer that what is the cause of this? And sometimes I spent so much time researching that to my own deprivation. Do you know what I mean? Trying to
Yeah.
find that.
Sometimes there like is no like I don't I spend so long thinking about like why this, why that. And I've just come to the point there's no point. Like that's like the past and you got through it and like it's a good thing you had support. And like even if you're saying like you didn't go through any like active trauma, like something within you felt like that was better than not doing it. Does that make sense? So I don't know if you were not happy, like, or I don't want to make assumptions about anything, or
Didn't
if
feel good enough.
it was just really fun for a little bit, but then got like a little out of control. Like everyone's path looks differently, and I don't look at people who haven't had like a hard life. You know, I don't see it. I don't even get jealous of it really. I used to with people with parents. I'm like, fuck you. Like okay, like whoa, parents. But now it's like if all of that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be who I am today. And if all of that hadn't happened to you, you wouldn't be who you are today either. So different paths for everyone. But it makes me sad that you feel guilty, because I feel like guilt and shame like go kind of hand in, like you
Mhm.
shouldn't feel bad for having like a good family support system. That's a beautiful thing.
Mhm.
Like it's a beautiful thing. And you can take what you've learned by having that and then help other people. Does that make sense? I don't know what that looks like. I wouldn't know how to help someone in a family sense. So it's everyone has different strengths. It's a good thing.
Thank you. I
You're
like.
welcome. David, I might have to leave at 3:30.
Let's wrap this up.
This has been intense. I feel like I talked a bit too much today, but I feel like it went well.
How
So
are
I
you
know
doing
you
in
better.
general, Laura?
I feel good. Like I don't mind talking about this stuff. It's sometimes I get more worried about other people, and I get worried that they're going to be concerned for me or anything, but I'm all good.
So
Like I said, I think it's helpful.
you've come a long way since the 3-day training. Yeah.
Yes. I didn't want to be open then. It was a big group. It was scary. I didn't feel like emotionally safe to be open. I don't know what it was. I think I was also coming out of a very bad depressive episode like the week before, and then being told I had to be on a training that was eliciting emotions. It was just wrong timing.
Is it starting to settle for you though?
What, the training?
The training and the
Yeah.
purpose of it.
Yeah. I mean, even on the last day, I bit my tongue, like I saw the point. I think I am just very used to traditional school settings with a slideshow, a PowerPoint. This is how you do it, X, Y, Z, and that's what I'm comfortable in. This is a bit more non-traditional, but I do see the benefit, and I do feel like I've learned a lot, and it's actually inspired me to look into getting my level 3 in counseling. So, thanks for that.
Sure. Tom, how are you doing with the training?
Yes, I'm enjoying it. It was like Aurora said, it was different. And I felt overwhelmed on the 3-day course, to be honest. I did not expect it to be that big. Um, I've learned an awful lot, and almost like that sort of being okay with some of the silences at times, being able, because that was something I really found uncomfortable, and sometimes I feel as though if when I'm facilitating things, I can be a bit robotic almost, and and then it becomes sort of scripted and unnatural, and I think getting comfortable in a group setting like this and just naturally letting conversation flow, and then I'm starting to learn a lot, especially just watching you, David, to be honest with you, the way you navigate the container, the way you hold it, it's impressive, and I'm learning every week to be more comfortable in those awkwardness of sometimes the conversations, or what I feel perceive as awkward.
So I mean it's a perfect example of like let's keep learning the way that we used to learn, because that's the way we're used to learning, but we know that it doesn't work, but let's do a PowerPoint anyway. Yep. And then when you come in with something different, it can be very overwhelming for people because they're expecting a boring fucking class that isn't going to do anything. So so it is a challenge for people. And it was a big group. It was like I mean normally it's 26 and they put it up to 34 people. So look, I have done a class of 120 with 5 other facilitators, which was also very interesting. Yeah, well, thank you both for your time today. Lots of love to you and your family over this festive period. I check out with joy. Thank you. Tom, how are you checking out?
I'm checking out, very grateful, and I would like to wish you both a lovely festive period.
Thank you.
Aurora.
Thanks. I'm checking out, also feeling grateful that I'm here to tell my story, grateful that I'm going to celebrate Christmas next week with people I love, grateful to continue learning. So, Merry Christmas to you both as well.
Hi, guys.
Bye.
See you on the 8th.